Hello students, welcome to the second part of your first chapter of science, that is food for plants. In the previous video, we are already studied about the different parts of a plant, food factory of a plants and photosynthesis. In this video, we shall learn about three topics. First one, storage of food in a plants. Second one, interdependence of a plants and animals. Then third one, balance in nature. First one, storage of food in a plants. Children, I have taken here 4 points of storage of food in a plants. First one, food prepared is in the form of a glucose. Second one, to get energy to carry out various processes. Third one, for the growth of a plant. Fourth one, extra food is stored in the form of a starch in various parts of a plant. I will explain one by one. Food prepared is in the form of a glucose. Children, what are the functions of this food? So, this food is utilized by the plants to get energy to carry out various processes. For example, plants have roots of the plants have to absorb water from the soil. So, for that need energy. Plants need energy for the growth of the plants also. For example, height of the plants grows, width of the plants also grows. So, that energy comes from the food. Like you consume food for doing various activities like reading, studying, playing, etc. So, in the same way, plants also consume energy for various processes, and extra food is stored in the form of a starch in various parts of a plant. Extra food which is left in the plant are stored in a plants, like some plants are stored that food in a roots, some plants are stored that food in a stem, some plants are stored that food in a leaf, some plants are stored that food in a fruits, flowers and seeds also. These are the parts of the plants which we consume as our food. For example, we eat roots of the radish plant. What we eat? Radish plant, which we consume as our food. So, let's have look at this picture. For example, I have shown here roots. Children, see here. I have taken some examples of roots. Beetroot, radish, carrot and turnip. These are examples of roots. In these plants, extra food is stored in roots. Let's look further stems. I have taken 4 examples of stems: ginger, sugarcane, onion and potato. So, potato, we think potato is the root, but potato is not root. Potato is the stem of the plant, and sugarcane is also stem of the plant, in which extra food is stored by the plant. So, next is leaves. In the spinach, in the cabbage and in the coriander. In these leaves, extra food stored by the plants. In leaves. Now, let's come to the flowers. So, in case of broccoli and in case of cauliflower, we consume flowers. The part which we eat is the flower of that plant. In the same way, fruits. So, like this, mango, orange, apple and grapes. These are examples of fruits. So, these are the fruits of the plant which we eat as our food. In the same way, seeds. Like peas is there, like gram is there, like rice, wheat and many more. Maize and barley. These are examples of seeds. So, these plants, all the pulses, in these plants we consume seeds of the plants. So, plants stored its extra food in the form of seeds. So, this is the main concept of the different plants stored food in different parts of the plant. Next point is interdependence of plants and animals. Interdependence. What do we mean by interdependence? This is the main point. The plants and animals depend on each other. So, what does this word interdependence exactly mean? Let us firstly see this. So, interdependence means the relationship between two or more living things. I once again repeat, the relationship between two or more living things like plants and animals, both are living things. They depend on each other, where each one benefits from the other. Like animals get their food from the plants. Animals get oxygen for breathing from the plants, and in return plants get carbon dioxide from the animals. So in this way plants and animals both depend on each other. Let's have look at this simple food chain. Food chain means a series or relationship where we explain that which animal depend on who eat whom. So like grass is there, insect is there and a frog is there. See in picture, children, let's hear in picture. Grass is eaten by insect. Insects are eaten by frog. In the same way, frog is eaten by snake. So, in this way, we can say that snake is directly do not depend on a grass of its food. Snake depend on a frog for its food. Frog depend on insect and insect depend on grass. Snake indirectly depend on a grass for its food. Next point, plants depend on animals. In the process of photosynthesis, we have seen oxygen is released. So, oxygen is used by us, human being and other animals also for breathing in. And we breathe out carbon dioxide. which is needed by plants for preparing their food by the process of photosynthesis. Plants need four main things for photosynthesis. Those four main things are carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll, and sunlight. So, out of them, one is carbon dioxide, which plants get from other animals and human beings. So, in this way, plants depend on animals. Now, next point is cow dung. Children, do you know animal waste, that is cow dung, is an excellent example of interdependence of plants and animals. Cow dung used as a fertilizer. It helps to improve the quality of crops grown in fields. Next point, animals depend on plants. Children, see the picture. Plants provide food and shelter and fresh air to animals. Animals depend on plants for food and shelter. For example, many birds and animals build their nest and homes in and around the trees. Snake live in holes made in tree trunks. Herbivorous animals feed on the tender roots and leaves of the plant. So, this is called interdependence of plants and animals. Next point, balance in nature. See here, I show one picture, balance of nature. Both plants and animals depend on each other for their food. So, here picture shows that animals and plants have equal importance to maintain the balance of nature. Children, when man has cut down entire forest, thereby destroying plant life, lesser trees would lead to lower oxygen level in the air. It would also lead to death of animals that are dependent on plants. Children, we have thus seen how all living beings are interdependent and how it is for us to maintain a proper balance of plant life and animal life. Next, we having knowledge tree. Here some important points are there. First point, World Environment Day is celebrated on 5th June. Then second one, Vana Mahotsava. Vana Mahotsav is an annual tree planting festival celebrated in the first week of July. Then third one, Wildlife conservation. Children, here conservation. This means protect is the practice of protecting wild animals and forest reserves. So, up to here children, we have discussed about storage of food in plants, interdependence of plants and animals, and lastly, balance in nature. I hope you all have understood the today's concept. So, children, today lesson number 1 completed. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe. Have a nice day.